All right, everyone, I'm back with Bob Worsley, and we're into rapid fire. Welcome back, Bob. Try to make this quick and painless for you. What are you reading or listening to right now that you feel the audience would like to know?
I am listening to podcasts on brain functions. And as we go from young people with fluidic brains, Arthur Brooks calls it, to crystallized brains.
Oh,
I'm 67 years old. I'm not as sharp as I used to be. When I started SkyMall at 35, I had more fluidic brain power.
yeah.
And right now I see myself as more of a wise old person who doesn't have that quick fluidic brain power. So I'll just be the old wise guy.
Next one. What movie could you watch over and over again?
I have really enjoyed, believe it or not, Dumb and Dumber.
Come on, that's a classic guys movie, right?
No, I like to laugh. Life is so serious all the time. So it's a mad world. I laugh with my son, and we watch Dumb and Dumber, and it's just great to release and have fun.
I'm going to get into some deeper ones here. What would you like to be remembered for, Bob?
There's a word that people have used a few times because I've done so many different things. They call it a Renaissance man.
Okay.
And I've always seen myself as more of a futurist guy, trying to figure out what's the future going to be and how to make that happen. And I guess the word that best fits both of those is something they call a polymath. Polymath.
Huh.
And Aristotle and Leonardo da Vinci and others were polymaths before the Renaissance. And they were able to take a bunch of different fields, like I'm an accountant, I'm a businessman, I'm a politician, I'm now a home builder, a manufacturer, I own a power plant, I built a power plant, I'm a forestry guy, we do 100 loads of forestry work, and we own a sawmill.
Yeah.
And so at some point you go, some of these great old thinkers, they were astronomers and philosophers and artists, and taking these different fields and being able to see relationships between the different fields gives you some insights that sometimes other people that have been in one field their whole life, they don't see. So a polymath, how's that?
I like that. That's a very unique answer and very explicitly stated too. So thank you. This next one, I'm going to qualify. I know everyone can answer this, but it can't be a family member. So hear me out. Who's your favorite person in the world right now and why? And the reason I ask this question is a lot of people are always inspired by mentors and things of that nature. So if you can answer it in that context, I'd appreciate it.
Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister past of New Zealand.
Okay.
How's that for a weird one?
Can you give us the why?
She was an amazing woman that became prime minister, first prime minister in New Zealand. We went down and spent 3 months in New Zealand.
Nice.
Running for office and won. And she handled the terrorist attack that killed 50 people in Christchurch and other things that happened during her time in office, that I think she was one of the finest leaders in the world. Very caring, touching. She covered pragmatic, both sides of the aisle. And so Jacinda Ardern is one of my heroes.
Good. Next one. What do you, this is specific to Zenni. What do you think, because you're right in the thick of this, what do you think that industry will look like in another 5 to 10 years, Bob?
I think we will realize that we need 50 or 60 more ZenniHomes. And I don't see competitors as a bad thing. We need more of us that are going to do factory-built housing around the world.
All right. Now back to a softer one. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint chocolate.
Oh, good answer.
Green.
Okay. A couple more and then I'll get you on your merry way. What was your fondest memory as a kid?
My fondest memory in Boise, Idaho was fishing on the Salmon River, Yankee Fork of the Salmon River with my father.
There. You didn't even have to think twice about that one. What is something you are great at cooking?
I am a fantastic person that can look in the fridge and whatever's in there make something that tastes pretty good. One thing I love to do, though, is an oatmeal that just would rock your socks. It tastes more like cookies.
What? Come on, describe it.
Oatmeal. So you get steel cut oatmeal, raisins, brown sugar, I like to put some whole wheat in it as well and cook that earlier so it's soft.
Really?
Then I like lots of nuts in it. And I'll even put butter in when it's cooking. I had all of my children. We had 6 children. Their friends would come to our house to have my oatmeal because it was like cookies.
I'm gonna start calling you Oatmeal Bob.
Yeah.
All right, couple more, and then we'll get you on your way. What skill do you think everyone should have?
Everyone should reinvent themselves and try to find their passion. And if you were a lawyer in law school and you did it for a while and hate it, change. I was a CPA. I didn't like it.
Yeah, remember you were practicing, Bob. Remember?
Exactly. And don't get stuck in the thing you became first. If you see something else that you think will make you happier, retool yourself and go do the thing you want to do.
If you had, this might be tough for you because of everything you've done. Was there a most memorable year for you, and why?
1990, December 10th, 1990.
Okay.
We had just finished my first year. We had acquired all of our competitors. We were the largest company in the airline space. We were working 7 days a week. Christmas was crushing us. And my 13-year-old son was on the phones trying to take calls. I mean, that's how bad.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine.
His voice hadn't changed, and the women thought that he was a little girl.
Ah!
And I was wrapping gifts in the warehouse. And I collapsed at 10 o'clock at night on December 10th, 1991, and went through 13 doctors, 3 visits to the hospital. And 13 doctors later, I was asked by a doctor in Scottsdale to go see a therapist, a stress therapist. And we discovered in 4 sessions that I was running on adrenaline for so long. It was 3 weeks without ever having a day off, 80-hour weeks, and all this pressure from the airlines to perform, and having people tell you that you'd ruined their Christmas because you weren't smooth yet. And the stress caused some physiological reactions that we thought were cancer, heart attack, all kinds of things. I was 36 years old. Everyone said you're in perfect condition. I was running 7 miles a day, playing basketball 3 nights a week. And that changed my life. Unmitigated stress, if you don't have a way to deal with it. And I'm a Mormon, so I couldn't drink. He said, the therapist said, man, I wish you'd just stop and get a beer on your way home at night. And so I learned that if you burn too hot, your body will find something to slow you down. Yeah. And it could be cancer, it could be heart disease, it could be diabetes. If you're burning too hot, your body will find a way to stop you and slow you down.
On that's a good lesson to end on. And Oatmeal Bob has given his profit for the day. So thank you. Again, Bob Worsley, thank you for your time. Enjoyed it. And look out for ZenniHomes look up ZenniHomes if you want to explore anything that Bob talked about today. Thanks for your time, Bob.